there were many storylines about this World Pool Championships, but probably no two bigger storylines than the two that have made the finals.
Well, I agree, Jeremy. I mean, you've got Albin that's retaining the title, trying to, and then you've got Shane that we still all can't believe that he's not already won it. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better, really.
Yeah, and tactically we see an immediate change to start the final for Shane. We haven't seen him from that side of the table breaking, I think, the entire tournament.
And why do you think he's changed it at this stage, do you think, Jeremy?
Well, we talked about it in the semifinal, that I think he needed to consider it. He and I talked about it at lunch. We went to lunch in between the finals. I think it was, I didn't see his interview, but I heard that he mentioned that. So it was already on his mind. He's a guy that definitely pays attention.
And a long, long way off target.
I think he was playing that with inside English to run it off the rails to get over for the 3. You know, it's very slide of the cloth, and yeah, he's playing that to run it across off the bottom rail, and he's just kind of come across it, I think.
Extension, please.
Yeah, and what Kelly's getting at is with the slick felt, if you're off just a hair with the pace, right? And when you're putting that side spin, the ball deflect a little bit more,
yeah,
and get on the thin side of that cut. Now, Albin is one of the best at this shot, letting out the stroke with some straight top English. Now, I got away from him there. The slick felt, you can't always predict the bend, but you got to like the way he hit it, though, right?
Oh, he hit it lovely and smooth, that's for sure. You know, again, you've seen it there bounce off that top rail and straighten up. It's purely just with the felt.
Not super tough, but a little tough.
4 balls down on the break.
Man, I don't think you're going to see either player switch from that side rail there. I think Shane, even though he missed that 2 ball, he likes what he sees from the break. So
they're breaking very well.
Now this shot here, I think the left pocket is where I'm going. I just like killing this 2 rails. If I get to the head string, that's fine by me. But going to the upper left corner really offers, you're going to guarantee that angle on the 2 ball to get back on the 5. That's why I like that left pocket.
And so does he.
Yeah. And he even played it with a bit of inside English, getting closer to the 2 ball. So Albin very comfortable here early.
As we've mentioned, it's his 4th time in the World Final. Nobody's ever done that before since this championship began in 1990.
Throw this ball in. He's looking at cutting it, but I think that's more difficult.
Yes, I was going to say that. Please. We're definitely playing it for people that don't know. It squirts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very hard to explain.
Kinda,
yeah.
There's friction, basically.
And it takes it the opposite to what you think.
Yeah, I think he's got a better chance of missing this, cutting it from this side myself. Yeah. Now a bit of a roll, maybe. No, he's going to give up a combination. And the thing about that, maybe he could have made it if he cut it thinner and harder, right? You have to shoot it harder so it doesn't throw as much.
And quite a bit thinner also, I think, yeah.
And those guys, of course, gazillionaires or whatever they are, but, you know, could easily wander off in the sunset and no one would blame them. But just like what you said about Albin, the drive of the game, right? We play such a beautiful game.
And the moment he won the Premier League here in Milton Keynes, 7 weeks ago now, he was already talking about coming back here for this bigger challenge. It seems the more success he's had over the last couple of years, the more his hunger has only grown.
Yeah, he likes it, basically.
Albin Ouschan.
Bit of daylight for the first time. Ouschan goes 2 clear. He leads Shane Van Boening.
Karam he played.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Foul stroke.
as soon
Boening.
as he hit that, you've seen his body language.
He knew it.
He knew.
Yeah. He knew he
And start
crossed
the
it over. It's almost the ultimate sin, really. Breaking the balls, crossing the one over.
Boening.
Oh, that's the break. Now the one did catch the point. What's the 6 gonna do? Oh, we can see what's happening here. And the thing about Shane, as far as you showed his scores throughout, but in his interview here earlier, you know, he said, "I'm here to win." So he's going to have that pressure on himself right from the beginning of the tournament, right? He's not going to say, "Oh, I'm winning easy." He wants to get in a certain type of mode that he knows what it takes to win this event. Got to shoot at this, huh, Kelly?
Oh yeah, and I'm betting the odds that he's going to make it also.
To lead for the first time since 1-0. There's the combination. Shane Van Boening, in no time at all, has turned a 4-2 deficit into a 5-4 lead. Had to come back in through the loser side and then really took off from there.
Michael, let me ask you, as both Shane and Albin both gone undefeated so far in this championship?
Yeah, yeah.
That says something, doesn't it? That's fantastic.
Yeah, once Ouschan got back in, he chalked up an impressive series of victories. Beat Torsten Homan, 2-time champion. Saw off Mieszko Fortunski as well. Comfortable win over Skylar Woodward in the quarters, and even more so against David O'Cady in the semis. His really big test towards the finish was the final against Omar Al Shaheen. 9-7 down, won 6 racks in a row for the title.
Yeah, I remember watching that final. It was some kind of crazy, I'll tell you. Omar's always so much fun to watch. You're almost always going to see something you haven't seen before when that guy's playing. Or you don't see very often, let's say that. He was down 9-1 in a match here this week and won 10 in a row.
Albin Ouschan.
Albin Ouschan was shaking his head after his break-off shot. But nothing wrong with the outcome of it. He's run out from there, and he's back in front at 6-5.
No, I don't think he really wants to disrupt the 4 and 6 much, because when they're sitting like this, if you come in and bump the 6 a little bit, you could make it to where the 4's not playable. So I'd like to just ease into there. The 1's going to come down table plenty. Good call. Good shot there.
Great shot.
He's got a kind of slow roll kick at this, I think. Might put some speed on it, I guess.
Van Boening just plays in all sorts of events, the biggest like this. But in addition to that, much smaller events, particularly all around the US. Just always seems to be playing in something. He won 7 different tournaments in 2021. Texas Open, perhaps the biggest of those.
Great shot there.
Oh, wow.
Great shot. And now he's going to try and return the favor, I think, behind that 4 and 6 with the cue ball. And I loved his choice with the slow roll kick. It wasn't ever going to offer position, but at least you can maintain accuracy on the kick with that lighter speed.
You can see he wants this bad. You can see it in his face, and I think now is a good time for Shane just to kind of relax and play how he can. I mean, obviously he's played great so far.
Yeah, he's feeling it, you know.
Just the sort of rack he was looking for. He led 1-0. He led 5-4. few minutes ago, he went ahead again at 7-6. But now, for the first time, he's opened a 2-rack gap. Like Van Boening, he's finished strongly throughout the championship.
Yeah, I was going to say a soft kick. If this goes to that side rail, could be problems. Pretty sweet. I think this got playable, though. I really do. He's just got to cut the 2 and put some speed on it. Don't baby it.
The one thing I would say, when he had those tight finishes earlier, none of them were against Shane Van Boening.
He's going to play the safety here, but he may deaden up this 2-6 for the kick. No, he's done all right there.
Same shot for Albin.
Yeah, another soft kick. And all you're doing if you're Albin is you're trying to just improve your situation. You're hoping that Shane maybe messes up another safety here in a moment. Now this one here sits a little different. He can go at this with a little more speed, trying to come off the 2 and hoping that the 6 ball contains the 2 ball and maybe the cue ball gets behind the 7-9. See how he did this now? Now it got away from him, but he had a chance to fluke the 6 also. So I think the percentage was correct there, which is probably the case if Albin's shooting.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with you or Albin. That's a dead cert.
Well, I don't know. You're a pretty crafty player, Carl.
I actually kind of like that, what he's doing.
I do too. I think it gives him a new perspective on something to work on, right? I know that sounds silly, maybe not something everyone will want to do, but this guy, it's almost like Tiger Woods changing his swing a little bit, trying to improve it.
Well, Tiger Woods won his first major in the first major he played as a professional. His story could not have been more different to that of Shane Van Boening and his long wait. Try to think of parallels. Goran Ivanisevic, all those years, looked like he was never going to win the Grand Slam title. His talent merited until he finally won Wimbledon in 2001. But he was never the best player in the world. Shane Van Boening was for many years. So many times he's turned up at the World Championship as one of the leading contenders or the front runner, and it's never happened for him. But after all this time, it might be only
Maybe 3 rails even. Oh, what a sweet kiss. A great shot, but even better little kiss on the 7.
Well, there's not much Albin Ouschan can do. It's the final. It was 7-6 and he's had a couple of kick shots.
Yeah, and he could keep that jump cue in his hand because unfortunately he carried the 7 with the cue ball. Just that half ball hit on the 7 just brought him carrying together.
Foul stroke.
Uh-oh.
Ball in hand.
Let's go, Shane.
Yeah, ball in hand. It's been 20 years since the last American won this title. That was Earl Strickland, SVB. You've got 6 balls to get that title.
And he's got to watch his shirt with the pink 4 here. He's going to get close to the 4.
destiny is calling.
Is it going to be the 6 in the side here in a moment, Carl? Depends on where he gets on the 4, I guess.
Yeah, the 6 is good. I'm kind of sat right behind it. Actually, where the cue ball sort of is now would be ideal. doesn't really want to be straight on this ball. I think he's got just enough angle where he can stun the cue ball over.
Yeah, and he doesn't mind putting a little speed into the side pocket.
May have to draw the cue ball off the side rail.
Yeah, just straight draw. Doesn't really need much outside at all. Maybe a half a tip, eighth of a tip, quarter tip, something like that. You don't want to get, you know, you don't want to get on top of the 8, right?
Yeah, sometimes things are just not meant to be in this game. Albin has had a lot of success in this event, but from 7-6, well, he's just not had a go, has he? He's just not.
And I think maybe even more so, just more meant to be for SVB, right?
Yeah, and I was looking at his route to this title before. He's not been given this title. He's beat 4 or 5 of the greatest players.
He's waited so long for this. Why not milk it? Enjoy it for all it's worth.
Extension, please. Shane van Boening.